Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Moltrap coming at you with a game from the Collegiate Starleague. Yes, indeed. In case you haven't heard, I'll give you a quick explanation. Well, I mean, it's basically what it sounds like. It's a Starleague for colleges. A lot of colleges have made up teams, and they're going to be playing against each other. It's kind of like a pro league sort of thing, and it's really, really cool idea. I'm really glad that it's come up. It's really going to be an interesting way for people to find a reason to play StarCraft against each other. And so it's been started up recently by Hazel, who you may have heard do some commentating before. And I mean, obviously she's working with some others as well, but she's the person that I know is kind of in charge of it. And this is actually one of the games from the recommended replays of week 1, and this is from the game between Georgia Institute of Technology and Carnegie Mellon University. Fetus of Doom, who has an awesome name, is going to be representing Carnegie Mellon University, and that means deejavu, not deja vu, deejavu is going to be representing Georgia Institute of Technology. And so should be an interesting game. I like Protoss versus Protoss. I like Andromeda. So I'm looking forward to some good games here. I mean, this is from the recommended replays, of week 1. So should go well one way or another. It should be very interesting. Looks like both players doing pretty standard here. By the way, I'll just go ahead and throw this in here. If you want to know more about the Collegiate Starleague, the website is cstarleague.com. Okay, CStarLeague, cstarleague.com. And there's a picture of it for you real quick. Alright, going back to the game here. Both players opening up with gateways here, and it looks like assimilators as well. So we're actually, let's see, deejavu not getting an assimilator just yet. He is scouting out with his probe, trying to find out what's going on. He may be delaying his plans until he figures out what's going on here. He's actually produced another pylon here, so he's probably producing zealots up here. Yeah. Going for the assimilator first, you can't get the zealot quite as early, but you are going to be able to get your gas going quicker, obviously. So it's kind of a trade-off, I guess. On this kind of a map, it's a very large map, and so your zealots are going to have a long time to get to the enemy base. So, I mean, that could actually work either way. It could mean that you want to get them earlier, and so you can get them to the other base faster, or it could mean, okay, well, it doesn't really matter because your zealot isn't going to get there for a long time anyway, so what does it matter? But he did get his probe in there and managed to get his probe in before the ramp got blocked off. So deejavu is going to get a little bit of a scout in there. He's going to see what's going on, and it looks as if oh, is he going to get? Yes. Fetus of Doom is going to get a probe scout in deejavu's base. His own scout has died, so that's going to be a little bit bad for deejavu. Sorry, I'm trying to remember these guys' names here. I'm sorry. This is the first game of the series, between these two colleges, but I don't know much about these players, so I can't speak too much to what they're capable of here. But you know, this isn't a major Star League or anything like that, so don't be expecting pro play. But these guys should be pretty good nonetheless. Let's see, core going down for Fetus of Doom, and almost finished there. Core is finished over here for deejavu. So both players pretty much doing the same thing though. Second gateways, yeah. So pretty much generally the same sort of thing, and that's kind of one of the reasons actually why I like Protoss versus Protoss. A lot of people don't like it because they think, oh, it's just a mirror, and both players end up doing the same thing. There's not enough options. I think it's kind of cool though. I like seeing that kind of mirrored action going on, because then you know it's just skill on skill. It's just you know, a sheer matchup of who has the most skill, and it's kind of interesting to watch, you know, a group of 12 Dragoons and a Reaver versus 12 Dragoons and a Reaver go up against each other, and then you know that the person who won the battle is the person who really had the superior micro, and so it's kind of cool to see that. This probe's going to try and get back in there once again. Going to get driven off. Is it going to die? One more hit left on that probe. Oh no! Chase it! Chase it! Is it going to die? Oh, he gives up, runs back before killing off that probe. So the probe is going to escape with his life. Both players getting their ropes up now. We'll see if this may be where we start seeing deviations. Yes, so deejavu is going to go for the robotics support bay first. He's already got his shuttle building. it looks as if we don't see any tech coming out yet. Wait, let's see what's this. There's the observatory first for Fetus of Doom. So looks like he's going to get that shuttle and then go for observers first. A little bit safer build. It's pretty safe. It's a good counter if deja-vu was going for some kind of a Dark Templar rush. Obviously his probe died and didn't get too much of a look inside of his base, so he couldn't know exactly what he was doing. So getting observers is a really good kind of safe build, and it's really not too bad. You're not missing too much to go for observers first because you know, you have a ramp to hold, and so you're not going to need those reavers, you know, super fast. You can still hold off most things with your and it is cross position, so it's going to be a long time for any Dark Templar or anything to get over to his base anyway. So it's kind of a good combination. But the way it works is he's going to get that observer out, and then he's going to get the reaver out pretty quickly after that. The reaver's going to be done way before for deja-vu, obviously, who is trying to put some pressure here on the front door, or maybe just try and get it contained, try and throw him off. If he can distract his forces over here, he can maybe fly in with his reaver up at the top, you know, and try and get some kills there. Now, very intelligently, Fetus of Doom has put this pylon over here, so if he does try and swing around, he may see it, although if he swings around kind of through here, he may not spot it after all. Observer is out now, so he feels safe with you know, spotting those dragoons. He sees he has a couple extra forces. He's going to try and push deja-vu back here. Deja-vu does have that reaver out. I lost track of where it went. Here it went. So he's going to try and move out here. His forces are kind of being chased back to his base by an observer. So he doesn't need to run that far back, to be honest, but he's going to try and regroup his forces and hold his ramp. And that makes a lot of sense because then he can go in with this reaver and try and do some damage. He doesn't have to worry about a counterattack. Fetus of Doom putting up an expansion. Let's see if he spotted it. It looks like he did spot it. No, he did not spot it yet. He didn't spot this shuttle coming in with his pylon. The reaver's going to get dropped off right in the middle of these probes. We could see a probe slaughter here. Oh, man. Oh, is the scarab even going to go off? Oh, nice. Killing several probes with 2 scarabs. Oh, more scarabs going off. The rest of his probes are clumped up. Oh, it doesn't go off. It does. Gets a lot of kills, though, with that reaver. A lot of kills with that reaver before it gets scared off there. And he didn't even really scare it off. He just didn't have the probes. And his whole force was traveling across the map to try and attack deja-vu. He's got a shuttle and two zealots. I'm sorry, a reaver and 2 zealots in his shuttle and dragoons, and that's why he wasn't able to attack that reaver, is because his whole force was moving up here. Now, deja-vu is going to be in a little bit of trouble here. He doesn't have a lot of forces on the ground. His reaver is way back at Fetus of Doom's base, so he is going to get pinned back at his own base here. The shuttle needs to be careful. He got the reaver in front of it. Is the reaver going to be able to get off some decent scarabs? Nice scarab doing decent damage there. He still holds the high ground. As long as he holds the high ground, he might be in okay shape, but he's sacrificed. He loses the high ground. He loses the high ground. Barely just breaking up here, and he's got that reaver's just doing so much good. In the meantime, this looks like the reaver is still just camped in that shuttle. The dragoon's stopping it from dropping out for fear of it doing much damage. And he somehow managed to keep that shuttle alive, so this is really not looking good for deja-vu at all. But he's managed to drop that reaver out again, and he's killed off 1 dragoon. He's killed off the 2nd dragoon. He's going to start going to work on these probes. Fetus of Doom doesn't have a lot of troops there to deal with that reaver, but at the same time, he's totally inside his base, and he's been able to cruise reavers to defend. In the meantime, there is 1 reaver still in that shuttle, and that may give him an advantage. The shuttle may give him an advantage here. He does manage to snipe off both the reavers, so wow. So Fetus of Doom in a real good position here. Deja-vu forced to fight with probes. He has managed to kill every single one of the probes at this base, though, and he's managed to get him to run the rest of the probes out of the way. But he's done a lot of damage himself. Wow, both players doing a lot of damage to each other there, but critically, Fetus of Doom has gotten his expansion up and is now, I'm not sure, I think he's running all of his probes back to his main. He should probably keep some at his expansion, actually, be a little bit more efficient with mining. But wow, so deja-vu, I did not expect him to be able to hold that off. It looks like he did more damage with his probes than I expected there, and those scarabs going off. He had some dragoons pop out at just the right moment, I believe, and was able to fight that off. But Fetus of Doom has gotten his expansion going at the same time. Although, look, he doesn't have a lot of probes. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 probes. Okay, about 15 or 16 probes there. So that's more than I thought at first, because I didn't realize he had some of his expansion as well. But at the same time, uh-oh, what's going on over here? Oh, no!